Welcome to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. Join us each week as we go inside Forest Park basketball with head coach Drew Messmer. Now for the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's Drew Messmer Show. And Coach, last week you played Jasper on Friday away and Tecumseh away. Why don't you recap both those games for us?
Yeah, Friday night went on the road at Jasper, and really they kind of jumped out on us a little bit early on to start, a little sloppy. We had a few turnovers and whatnot, and they were able to convert. I think we trailed by maybe 7 or 8 going into the second quarter. And we fought back from that point. We tied it up 20-20 going into the half. We actually took the lead going into the fourth quarter. Got a really strong effort out of our junior guard, Reed Howard. He was 8 for 9 from the field, scored 22 points, had 6 steals. I think he had 5 rebounds. Just played a really, really good basketball game. Outside of that, Trevor Berg hit a couple threes and had the first bucket of the game, scoring over the Wallace kid, which was an impressive finish for a guy scoring through a guy of that size. So things were going well. Probably just a couple minutes into the fourth quarter, Trevor ran into a Jasper player and got knocked in the head pretty bad. So he was out for the weekend from that point. Still hasn't been back, for practice just quite yet, but I think we'll have him by this weekend. But, once he got knocked out and with him guarding, stepping up and guarding one of the big guys, we had to bring somebody in off the bench. And that was fine, but Trevor's he stepped up and he found a really, really nice role for us as well as he's shooting about 38% from 3 over the last 5 games. So having him out the last 6 minutes of the ball game was a big deal for us, I think. Jasper was able to put a little run together there early in the fourth quarter. Right after that, I think it was 45-42 with maybe 2 minutes to go, and we weren't able to convert any baskets, and they were 17 for 22 from the free throw line. So they kind of iced the deal and came up just short. But for us to go on the road, especially with the way that our seasons went, and go battle, a Jasper team that, as we discussed, had held opponents to 23 points 2 straight games. I was proud of our guys for that effort. I thought it was tremendous for us. Us as competitors, myself, our staff, our kids, being close is never good enough, but at the same time, we can acknowledge that we strung together a pretty nice basketball game, and we're knocking on the door of being able to win big games like that. Fast forward to the next day, you know, a couple of things, you know, hats off to the company. They scored 60 points. They were able to beat it 60-55. But they hit a lot of tough shots, and that's great. Credit to those guys. I would just say that to me on film, we looked noticeably tired in the second half. You know, hard fought game. I don't think Reed Howard came out of the game one time against Jasper, and Tecumseh didn't play on Friday night, so they were fresh, and I certainly think that had an impact on the game, no question, as well as you know, Trevor being out and other guys having to step up. But got some nice contributions from some guys. Jace Berg had 19 points, which was great to see. It had been a little bit since he put up a number, you know, quite that high. So hopefully he found a little bit of a rhythm for himself. Bryce Partnheimer had 10. Luke Hauser had 8. It was really just one of those games where, you know, neither team could really stop each other, I guess you'd say. It was just free-flowing, and when it got, you know, into the fourth quarter, we had a couple careless turnovers and just really, really struggled to shoot the ball. I think we were 4 for 21 from 3 in that game. And, you know, there too, I credit some of our legs. We had went through a very, very tough week of practice last week after our performance against North Posey. So possibly, you know, took their legs out a little too much earlier in the week. But, you know, I think that there's been some lessons learned and some, you know, alterations to the expectations of how we're going to conduct ourselves in this program. And, you know, I think that we're in a better spot moving into this weekend.
And
go ahead.
I didn't get to go to the Jasper game, but I did watch the replay on WJTS, and it seemed like it was a game of runs.
Oh, it certainly was. You know, they started out with a little bit of a run there. In the third quarter, I think we went on a 10 or 11-0 run, which at one point I think we were up 8 or 9 points on them, and then they went on maybe a 14-1 or something like that, or a 12-2. Just another massive run, and then from there, you know, they were able to close out the game by scoring the last, 9 points of the game, 11 points of the game, knocking down some free throws. So, yeah, I mean, like I told our staff on the way home, that the 53-42 scoreboard doesn't tell the story of that game with them by any means. It was a much tighter contest than what that score indicates.
And we'll be back on the Drew Messmer Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bosford Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Drew Messmer Show, and we're joined by Forest Park head girls coach Tony Hostard. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You know, last year, unless you live under a rock, you guys won state championship, and when that clock hit double zeros, how did that make you feel?
It was unbelievable. You know, it's something that you dream about as a kid growing up, and you saw that clock going down, and you weren't sure if this was really happening or if your alarm was going to go off and you were going to wake up. But it was real, and it was amazing, and memories that I'll cherish for a long, long time for sure.
And you're the head coach at Forest Park. Why don't you tell us what led up to being head coach at Forest Park? What your coaching career?
Okay, so I started my first year teaching and first year coaching. I was the junior varsity girls basketball coach for Forest Park under longtime head coach Marty Niehaus, and coached for her for 16 seasons. And then upon her retirement, I applied and was selected to take over the program. And this is my 7th year this year at Forest Park as the head coach.
And you hit 18-3 on the season. And you're 10-1 in the PAC, first in the PAC. Why don't you give us a little season recap before we get started?
Yeah, we've had a really good season. We've 18-3, and I believe 10-1 right now in the PAC. So very pleased with how we've done this year. We've had a lot of big wins, including Gibson Southern, who's perennially a very strong program for girls basketball in southwestern Indiana. Mater Dei, another team that's always one that you want to play well against. Washington is another good win for us. The county schools, Du Bois and Jasper, we got wins. We weren't able to sweep the county. Southridge was able to get us, but those are always big wins when you can beat the county schools. So, we're coming in here into the postseason. Well, not into the postseason yet. We got one more game Thursday night, but sitting at 18-3 right now, and feeling good with how we've done so far.
And you know that you talk about Thursday night, that'll be at North Posey at home, and that'll be another PAC game, and I guess that will wrap up the PAC championship for you.
Well, hopefully we can take care of business on Thursday night with that game against North Posey. They've got a young squad and start several freshmen and play several freshmen, and that freshman class that they have has been good for them for a long time. So we know that we'll have our hands full if we want to finish out this season on a high note and win an outright PAC championship. And then funny thing is, we play them Thursday, and then we turn around and play them again on Tuesday in the first round of the sectional. You've had some players that have made big contributions. Who are some of the key players that are on the Rangers this year? Well, we've got a big senior class. We got 7 seniors that have really meant a lot to our program, led by junior all-star Amber Treader. She's already signed to play Division I basketball at Miami of Ohio, and she's a great kid that affects the game in so many ways. She's our leading scorer, but even when she's not scoring, she's rebounding, she's defending, she's blocking shots, altering shots, and just has a real knack for the basketball, real high basketball IQ, and does a lot of little things that help us win. We also have a Division II signee in Lydia Betts, who's been a 3-year varsity starter for us and 4-year varsity player, and once again, a very heady, athletic, long point guard that makes so many plays to help us win. And then Carly Begley is another senior. She's a 3-year starter for us as well at the center position, kind of an undersized center, but has some of the best footwork I've ever seen and is able to kind of twist and maneuver her way through the lane to get a lot of good looks for us underneath. We start 2 other seniors in Gaby Gray and Danielle Eckert, and they are players that, maybe they don't light it up on the scoring column, but they play such good defense. Danielle is probably one of our best defenders and best communicators on the defensive end. Avi Gray is an unbelievable rebounder for a guard. Both those girls can step up and hit shots when needed, and they really complement Treader, Bagley, and Betts for sure. Then we have two more seniors in Olivia Galehausen and Erica Werner, who have been working for 4 years as well. Both of those girls are good outside shooters that can step in and hit a shot as well. So it's a big senior class that has accomplished many great things at Forest Park, and they will definitely be missed when they leave.
And on Sunday was a sectional draw. And as we talked about earlier, you said you play North Poseville, so you turn around and play them in the sectional. Who are some of the other teams that you feel are some of the leaders in sectional?
Well, coaches will always say that everybody starts with a 0-0 record when you get to sectional, and for us beating North Posey, that will not be easy, especially to do it twice in less than a week. If you were looking at it from the outside, you would also say South Spencer and Crawford County are legitimate contenders. Both of those teams have played well this year and have had battles with each other. And I'd say those are probably the top 4 contenders for this year's sectional.
And, if you live in the Southeast School District, or if you live in DuBois County, or just in general, Forest Park will be hosting sectional, and get out there and support the Rangers.
Yeah, we had a great turnout last year during our postseason run, and it kind of started in the sectional and the sectional championship. It felt like half of Beekler Arena was completely full, and that was an amazing moment to see that and have all those fans of Ranger Nation there to support us. And then the crowds just kept growing. Regional was great. The regional championship was phenomenal, and then we got to semi-state at Jasper, and it almost took your breath away when you saw how many Ranger fans were out there. And then, of course, we had an unbelievable turnout at Cambridge Fieldhouse the following weekend as well. So it means a lot to the girls when they see so many fans out there supporting them, and hope they turn out and show up and become like a sixth man for us, because it definitely helps.
Well, Coach, it all starts against North Posey. You beat them this week, and you went BAC. And then we're homers here at the Southwestern Sports Network, so we fully expect a victory over them in the sectional.
Okay, we'll try our best for sure.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
And you've been listening to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Sports Network. We'll be back right after this message from our sponsors.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Drew Messmer Show. And I'll tell you what, Coach, another double weekend. You've got Southridge at home, and you got Pale at home. You get to go to Beekler Arena twice this weekend. That's always a plus.
Absolutely. I mean, this will be our fourth and fifth home game, I believe, of the season. So definitely will be nice for a change. It'll be nice to finally have a back-to-back at home, and we've been very heavy on the travel this year, but definitely going to be a challenge with a couple of teams. Southridge, we're very familiar with those guys. Are right down the road from us, as well as Paola. We've already had a glimpse of them up at the Graver Post, or the Bobcat North Davies tournament, I guess, up at North Davies. So, with Southridge, they're 8-8. They're coming off of what has to be their best weekend of the season. They took Heritage Hills into overtime and lost by a couple points, and then went on the road to Evansville Christian and beat those guys by 6. So they're certainly playing very confidently. They're a team that all 5 starters can really shoot the basketball. I mean, if they're open, they're probably knock down shots. We've got them statted on Huddle as shooting at close to 39% as a team from 3, which is just unbelievable. We'll have our work cut out for us. We'll have a little bit of a size advantage, but they're scrappy. They play really, really hard, and they can knock down shots, and they're just really disciplined within what they do. They run kind of a little bit of a flex action type deal that they used to run when Gary Duncan was there, as well as Tim LaGrange has run a little bit of a spread from when he was at Jasper. So it's they present some challenges with their speed and their quickness, and then if they get by you, with off the dribble, they're able to step up and knock down shots. Defensively, they don't make a ton of mistakes. They're going to box out. They're going to fight you. They're going to give you everything that they got to compete on that end of the floor. And, ideally, I believe they want to play in the 40s if that's possible. So they're going to present some challenges for sure. That'll be our coaches versus cancer game. So of course it'll be a nice weekend to be able to give back to one of our school corporation employees. I think that'll be great to be able to support them and help any way that we can. So always a great game to pick for that, because Southridge will bring a great crowd. We'll bring a great crowd, and hopefully we can raise some money for the fight against cancer for sure. Second game on Saturday, we play Paoli. First time we played them, really the difference was they outscored us by 12 in the third quarter, and we ended up losing 55-43. So we lost by 12. That was a game where we really just couldn't hit shots. I mean, I think we shot 33%, I believe, in the game during that one. Their sophomore guard, Fletcher Cole, had 23 on us. So, hopefully we've learned from our past, and we've been much better at locking in and guarding one guy than what we had earlier in the season. So, I'm looking forward to seeing, hopefully, if Trevor's back, see what kind of improvements he has made over the last month since we've played these guys. So we know their personnel. They know ours. We know a few of their sets. They know a few of ours. It's just going to be a battle. I mean, they're a team that's going to be able to push to win their sectional, and it's a potential regional opponent. So we'll be locked in on those guys for sure as well, and just see where we're at, because to us we're playing a couple of really good teams, and that if you don't string together 4 quarters on that night, you're probably not going to win. And that's something that we've been really talking about is you can't play 24 minutes to win a varsity basketball game. It just doesn't, not against a good team. It just doesn't work that way. So we're looking to push to get to 32 minutes and see what we can do this weekend.
And, looking at your schedule, I mean, I know we talked about away game, it seems like, but you get to finish with 6 out of 8 games at home, and 6 of those games are also PAC games.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, a lot of the reason why our schedule is how it is because, our comp big that you have, minimal opportunities to schedule non-conference games, which gives you less flexibility to do home and aways and things like that makes sense. But there's no question. And I mean, of our last 8 games, trying to think here, I believe we may only play like 2 teams that aren't 3A the rest of the way. So it's definitely going to be a really, really tough stretch right here, but that's nothing different than what we've kind of went through, the first 2/3 of the season. It's been a demanding schedule, since day one, really. So our guys are battle tested. They're still in great spirits. I've told some people I think Monday of this week was our best practice that we've had all week, both mentally and with how we played. I mean, we just executed. We looked like we were understanding some stuff. So, I think that we came in with minimal experience and guys are finally, starting to hit their stride where they're feeling more comfortable at the varsity level, with the varsity speed and physicality and all of those things.
Well, Coach, good luck this week.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And you've been listening to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Messmer Communications. We'll see you next week.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild. He just won the game. Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.